Hello, and welcome to today's briefing. I'm Dana, and joining me is Matt. We're covering a range of stories for you today, starting with some significant developments in politics and economy.
That's right, Dana. We've got a lot to unpack, from Supreme Court decisions to major business moves. Let's dive in.
The U.S. Supreme Court has refused to let Donald Trump fire Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook, preserving the central bank's independence. The decision sends the fight over removal back to lower courts and is seen as a win for central bank independence.
That's a significant ruling. What were the circumstances surrounding Trump's attempt to remove her?
The attempt was based on unproven mortgage fraud allegations against Cook. Trump sought to become the first president to remove a Federal Reserve official since its creation in 1913.
So this decision highlights the independence of the Federal Reserve. How does this impact the Fed's operations?
The ruling emphasizes that Fed officials are appointed for set terms and can only be dismissed under specific circumstances, ensuring the central bank remains free from political influence.
That makes sense. It's crucial for the Fed's economic responsibilities. Moving on, what's the latest on Alex Murdaugh's case?
Alex Murdaugh is back in court for a pre-trial hearing regarding his murder retrial for the killings of his wife and son. The hearing aims to set deadlines for evidence exchange and schedule future proceedings.
This case has garnered a lot of attention due to its sensational nature. What are the expectations from this hearing?
The hearing is likely to be more about procedural matters than substance, setting the stage for the retrial.
I see. The true crime aspect of this case is certainly captivating the public's attention. What's happening with Iran's frozen assets?
Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian announced that $6 billion in frozen Iranian assets in Qatar would be released. This comes as negotiations with the United States face challenges due to recent attacks in the Persian Gulf.
How does this develop affect the ongoing negotiations between Iran and the U.S.?
The release of frozen assets is seen as a positive step, but it's being challenged by recent attacks in the region, which complicates the diplomatic efforts.
That's a delicate situation. What about the recent airstrikes between Pakistan and Afghanistan?
Pakistani airstrikes have killed at least 36 civilians in Afghanistan and wounded more than 160, according to Afghan officials. Pakistan claims it targeted militant hideouts along the border.
This escalation between the two neighbors is concerning. How has Afghanistan responded to these strikes?
Afghanistan has condemned the strikes as acts of aggression, and there's mention of potential retaliation.
That's a worrying development. On a different note, what's new with Nancy Pelosi and UC Berkeley?
Former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is partnering with UC Berkeley to form a new nonpartisan academic institute dedicated to strengthening democracy.
That's an interesting initiative. What are the goals of this institute?
The institute aims to address challenges to democracy through academic research and nonpartisan analysis.
That sounds like a valuable endeavor. In the business sector, HDFC Bank has made a significant appointment.
HDFC Bank has appointed former IAS officer Rajiv Kumar as its part-time non-executive chairman. The appointment is subject to RBI approval.
What does this mean for the bank's leadership and stability?
This move is expected to provide stability as the bank prepares for its next growth phase.
That's reassuring. Comcast is also making headlines with a major corporate decision.
Comcast plans to split into two separate publicly traded companies, one focused on media and entertainment and the other on broadband and wireless services.
What are the strategic reasons behind this decision?
The company believes that separating these businesses will allow each to pursue its own strategic priorities and invest for growth more effectively.
That makes sense. Rocket Lab is also in the news with a significant deal.
Rocket Lab is acquiring Iridium in an $8 billion deal, combining launch, satellite manufacturing, and low Earth orbit communications.
How does this acquisition position Rocket Lab in the market?
The deal equips Rocket Lab with a global satellite network and wireless spectrum, potentially competing with SpaceX's Starlink.
That's a significant development in the space communication industry. What's happening in South Korea regarding AI and chip investments?
South Korea has unveiled a massive industrial strategy focused on semiconductors and AI, with significant investments planned.
What are the key components of this strategy?
The strategy includes investments in new semiconductor factories and AI data centers driven by major South Korean chip makers.
That's a substantial investment. In sports, there's been some exciting news, particularly in the World Cup.
Brazil came from behind to beat Japan 2-1 in the World Cup, thanks to a late injury time goal by Gabriel Martinelli.
That was a thrilling match. What were the key moments that led to Brazil's victory?
Japan took an early lead, but Brazil managed to equalize and then secure the win with Martinelli's stoppage time goal.
That's dramatic. In other sports news, former NBA players Malik Beasley and Ed Davis have been charged in a gambling scandal.
They have been indicted as part of the government's gambling investigation, with allegations that Beasley tailored his play while with the Minnesota Timberwolves.
What are the implications of these charges for the NBA?
The investigation is ongoing, and these charges are part of a broader crackdown on gambling-related activities in sports.
Understood. In entertainment, there have been some notable updates. Penelope Keith, known for her roles in The Good Life and To the Manor Born, has passed away.
Yes, she was 86 and had been battling cancer. Her family announced her passing.
What are the tributes saying about her legacy?
Tributes have highlighted her iconic roles and her contributions to British comedy.
That's a significant loss. Davy Chase, known for Lilo and Stitch, has also had her cause of death revealed.
The Los Angeles Coroner's Office confirmed that AIDS was the cause of death, with substance abuse listed as a significant contributing condition.
That's tragic. John Oliver is making waves with his upcoming appearances on soap operas.
John Oliver will guest star on General Hospital and Days of Our Lives after previously expressing his wish to appear on a soap opera.
That's a unique crossover. What are the details of his roles?
Oliver will appear in early July, realizing one of his long-held wishes.
In other entertainment news, Emran Hashmi is returning as Shivam Pandit in Awarapan 2.
The teaser for Awarapan 2 is out, marking 19 years since the original film. Hashmi reprises his role alongside new cast members.
How does the sequel expand on the original story?
The sequel continues Shivam Pandit's journey, exploring new themes and character developments.
That sounds intriguing. Teyana Taylor was honored at the BET Awards.
Teyana Taylor received the Icon of the Year award presented by Janet Jackson, who surprised her on stage.
That must have been an emotional moment. What was Taylor's reaction?
Taylor was overwhelmed with emotion, thanking Jackson and reflecting on her career.
That's a wonderful tribute. On a more somber note, the death toll from Venezuela's earthquakes continues to rise.
The death toll is nearing 1,500, with rescue efforts ongoing in the hardest-hit areas.
What's the situation like on the ground?
Rescue teams are still digging through rubble, and there's frustration over traffic and access to affected areas.
That's a dire situation. The UK is also facing potential weather-related challenges.
The UK is expected to face another heat wave, with temperatures potentially reaching 41°C, risking widespread power cuts.
How prepared is the national grid for such extreme conditions?
Experts warn that the grid could face breaking point, and there are concerns about power cuts.
That's a significant concern. Lastly, there's been a shooting incident in Germany.
5 people were killed in a shooting at a youth welfare facility in Stade, northern Germany. 2 suspects have been arrested.
What are the details surrounding the shooting?
The shooting occurred at a youth welfare facility, and police have detained the suspected shooter and another individual.
That's a shocking incident. As we wrap up today's briefing, it's clear there's been a wide range of significant news across various sectors.
Indeed, Matt. From politics and business to sports and entertainment, there's a lot to stay informed about. We'll continue to bring you updates as more news develops. Until next time, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Dana, and thank you to our listeners for tuning in. We'll be back soon with more news and analysis.
Goodbye, and stay informed.
Goodbye.